It is not every day you have a guest who can say that she is Miss Great Britain 2021 to 2022. So welcome to Kat Henry.
Hi, Kat.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very, very good. Thank you. First of all, congratulations on winning Miss Great Britain 2021 to 2022.
Wow.
How does that feel?
Amazing. It's a fantastic personal achievement, obviously. It's been a couple of years, well, 3-4 years in the making. And but I think for representation and for diversity purposes, it's even a bigger accomplishment for women of colour and plus size women of colour. So yeah, I'm proud.
Absolutely, and we are proud for
proud
you.
Of you. Wow. We're like, wow.
You know, one of the things we love to do here at Pitch Black Magazine is to celebrate and to cheer people on who are doing amazing stuff, and that's exactly what we want to do today. Just celebrate you and cheer you on. So very, very well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So quick question: what did you do before you started doing beauty pageants? I mean, what was life like before Miss Great Britain?
Honestly, quite sad. I went through quite a deep depression. I fell pregnant at the age of 16, had my daughter at the age of 17, battled body dysmorphia, depression, anxiety. I gained a rapid amount of weight throughout my pregnancy. I went from a UK size 12 to a size 28 through pregnancy, whilst I was battling this eating disorder. And I was binging constantly. So my weight just drastically went up. So it's taken me a number of years to kind of develop a really strong relationship with food, a better relationship with food. And it's taken me a while to kind of get to a point where I'm 110% comfortable in the body that I exist in. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey. So before I took part in pageants, which I think I entered my first one in 2014, took part in 2015. So it was nigh on 7 years. It's been a bit of a journey, but before then, I was a mum. I worked full time, and now I still work full time, but just doing a whole multitude of different jobs. And I'm Miss Great Britain on top of that. So yeah,
wow,
fantastic.
Wow. Kat, that's an absolutely amazing journey. So in terms of transitioning from where you didn't feel very good about yourself and depression, anxiety, to then being known and recognized as Miss Great Britain, can you just explain a little bit about how you transitioned?
Okay, so it's been a journey. It's not a race at the end of the day. It's taken a lot of incremental steps to get to this point of acceptance in my body, acceptance in who I am. I was also a sexual abuse survivor from somebody that I trusted very young. And it took me a long time to kind of be okay and have the main problem was the people around me didn't believe me. So I battled kind of imposter syndrome from a very, very young age, and actually having not a very, very strong self-worth. And I didn't really have people that believed in me or understood what I was trying to say. And that left a huge dent in who I was. So it's taken quite a lot of different steps, a lot of adversity I've had to overcome to get to the place where I am. But it's been a journey. Like my weight has kind of yo-yoed throughout the years, but I'll be honest, like Judy, my weight is the least interesting thing about me. Like people always like, oh my God, you've lost weight. And I'm like, great. Like, what about me? You know, I've done some amazing things, but people always want to focus on like these drastic, poignant things like weight loss. And that's not what defined me. Actually, rebuilding my smile is what defined me. I was born with a calcium deficiency, which basically would mean that I could eat something as soft as a banana and my teeth would break. I can't pronounce it properly, so I'm not going to try, but it's like hypercalcemia, which basically means my teeth deteriorate really easily. So yeah, my teeth used to break. I lived a lot of my life with like broken teeth and like gaps in my teeth. I used to talk like this. I used to have no confidence. I hated the person I looked at in the mirror. And I was in Nando's one day and I was eating a piece of chicken and my front tooth broke. And I'd like, it got to the point where I was like, I have to do something about this. I can't walk around with my front tooth missing. So I battled one of my biggest fears, which was dental work. Having severe like issues with my teeth all my life, I developed this really, really big fear of going to the dentist. And I was actually addicted to over-the-counter pain medication because I'd always have like ulcers and like abscesses in my mouth. So I was constantly taking painkillers to kind of dull the pain that I was always in. So it took like a real big time, like a strong length of time to actually develop a better understanding of who I was as a person and understand that I didn't need to rely on painkillers. I didn't need to be afraid of something so simple as going to the dentist. I found a dentist that believed in me and understood and worked around my fears. And actually, they put me to sleep. They removed 16 teeth/roots from my teeth. And I woke up wearing a temporary denture. And I'm a 38-year-old denture wearer. And had I never like done that or made that change, I would never have taken part in my first pageant. I wouldn't have had the confidence. So that catalyst was rebuilding my smile. It was gaining that confidence by doing something that I overcome one of my biggest fears to actually achieve great things in life. And it's nothing to do with my weight, but people always assume that because I'm big, that's like my driving force, but it really isn't. It's my smile.
No, because my question literally is in terms of the transition. I'm not thinking and looking at the weight, but to hear you talk about the anxiety and the depression, you know, and because and how people look at themselves, you know, that whole thing wrapped up, like you say, it's not about the weight, and that's the crux of how you can, you know, support someone and encourage someone who doesn't like the way they look, whether it's the weight or whether it's how they feel in terms of the anxiety and wherever that's coming from. That's just an amazing, you know, story that you can encourage someone with, you know. So it sounds from what you were saying that the point, a big turning point for you in terms of transitioning from how you viewed yourself negatively to starting to move forward was for, you know, literally cracking your teeth. Wow.
And we're just so proud of you that you've come through all of that, come out the other side, and now you are an inspiration because the platform you have, you are a role model for so many young people in this country. So how did the sorry, Kat.
I hope so. I hope it's a bit more than just the beauty queen aesthetic that people like to assume that having this title has. It's a bit deeper than that. So yeah, I hope you're right, Colin. I hope I am inspiring other people because that's all I really want.
Absolutely.
I think so. And I have to say, not knowing all of what you've just said, you know, I think we were cheering you on just in terms of being a person of color, you know, be like, yeah, Miss Great Britain, because it can be anybody. If you're British, you know, Black British, whatever nationality, what you know, we're British, and that's why we're cheering you on. You know, so we came across your story, Kat, and we just had to feature you in the magazine as one of the 10 people to follow. And so you're featured in the second issue of Pitch Black magazine, as I'm sure you know. So, but how did the Miss Great Britain thing come about? You know, how did you learn about the pageant and what inspired you to get involved?
So Miss Great Britain they've been running for over, it's their 76th year anniversary this year. No, next year. Yeah, this year, just gone. And it's always been for younger category women. So from the age of 18 up to, I think the end age was 27. So in their 75th year, which was the year before, 2020, they opened up my category, the Ms. category, which was for women over the age of 28 and above, but there was no upper age cap. So it basically allowed women of all ages to compete for this title, which actually was a brand new title. I competed last year and I came third place, and I was made up by making third place because, you know, to even have someone like me hit third place was history making. But I'm not
absolutely
with third place. I was like, right, I'm going to keep going back until I can actually win, even if it takes me several years. I'm not giving up. I'm quite bulldog. If I want something, I'm going to keep on going until I get it. So I did. So I went back the second year, and here I am with this. And I wanted to be part of that change. For something that has always been about the younger aesthetic, the younger demographic of women. When they opened it up to women of all ages, I was like, hey, I need to be in with that chance. Like, if I can break down those barriers, then I'm there. Like, and I was actually the first named contestant for this category in 2020. I was then the first named contestant in 2021 because I did not want to miss a beat. I was there. I wanted to be in that running, and here I am with the crown. So yeah, don't give up. Don't scare me.
That's a great story.
So it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So, I'm just trying to think. There's so much that you've said where it's kind of like, I really want to know a little bit more about that, But I'm just thinking in terms of how you inspire, role model for younger girls, our age group, older age groups. And I think back to when I watched Miss World and that sort of thing, and Miss Great Britain, and you have that section where people talk about what they do in the community and that sort of thing, and it always had that feel of whether we actually really believed that they really did all of that stuff, or people were just watching for the beauty. But here you are, and you stand out for the beauty, and in terms of just trailblazing, in terms of the change in age where they've opened this up and everything, but we know already that we know already in terms of age that we may not look what our actual age is, but we with our God that it looks good. But yeah, I'm loving the fact that you're out there as a role model across the board. Yeah. And it's not a just how you look, as beautiful as you are. Love the whole yeah. It is. How does that feel to you?
Yeah. I think actually anyone who doesn't understand or know about pageantry just assumes it's like this whole Miss Congeniality, we all want world peace sort of situation. And don't get me wrong, we do want world peace. Like, who doesn't want world peace? Everybody wants to get the world. It would be nice to all not to have to deal with, fighting and all this kind of stuff all over the world. But that it would be remiss to say that every woman that takes part in a pageant is not only about the aesthetic. There are soldiers, there's surgeons, there's doctors, there's nurses, there's people, there's service women in these pageantries all across the world. And they're doing great things with their titles individually. And actually, that side of pageantry isn't really talked about enough, about how the philanthropic work is actually something that drives us into pageantry. Yes, we all love getting on stage and prancing about in heels and glamorous gowns. What woman doesn't? However, it does take a level of confidence to actually get up on stage and promote whatever your platform is or whatever you're standing for to a wider audience, and actually grow quite a thick skin, because in this industry and in this world, people are always ready to judge you. And especially being a woman of colour and a plus size woman of colour, having this title, I have had so much racism and vitriol pointed towards me. It's ridiculous. And it takes a thick skin to turn around and be like, I'm okay with that because I'm fighting the good fight. So I mean, we do it for the love of pageantry, but we also do it for the causes, and that's what we're here for.
Well, I'm very grateful that your thick skin then is able to take on all of the nonsense and the haters, because we are here, the ones that are loving what you're doing. We are here. Maybe we need to make our voices a little bit louder than the haters.
You touched on something there, Kat, which I wanted to just want you to expand a little bit on in terms of the journey. So, you were saying that you faced a lot of criticism, racism, vitriol. I mean, what was that like, and what gave you the strength to just keep going?
Okay, so a little backstory. My mum passed away as a result of COVID in 2020. She died 2 days after Mother's Day. just before the first national lockdown, and we didn't get to see her. It's okay. She was my rock, and she raised me with a very, very broad understanding of the world, and to know that as a woman of color, you're going to have to work 10 times harder to achieve success. As a plus size woman of color, you have to add an extra 5 on top of that, because you are already at the bottom rung of the ladder. So when I put myself, and as much as I don't like to compare myself to everyone else, when you put myself on the even level playing field, I'm down here. So to try and actually get my voice heard in this, predominantly white situation here is very, very difficult. So what gives me the strength is my mum. What gave me the strength is my mum. She raised me with the knowledge that actually you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea in life, and that's fine, but you have to understand that you are worthy, you have a place in society, and your voice needs to be heard. And don't ever stop pushing if you're pushing for the right thing. And I've always kept those values really, really close to me, because they are my driving force. And in life, you're never going to get anything handed to you on a plate. You have to graft for it. And I've worked hard. But to have sort of people sort of say, just because of the color of my skin, I've either ticked a tick box for diversity quotas, or, I'm a token, or all these sorts of things. Oh, I'm just doing it to be woke in society. You know what? I have a really strange view on that. Like, I'd rather be a token if that token evokes positive change going forward. Every single positive thing has to start from one baby step. And if I'm that baby step, then let me be a token. I'd rather be a token 10 times over, because if that token means that 10 more women do it in the future, I'm cool.
That's a great answer. Thank you, Kat.
That's absolutely amazing. And I'm just sitting listening in awe, in terms of doing the pageant scene. Like you say, it doesn't matter what color you are, what size you are, it's a tough world anyway. But what you've overcome before you've even got there, how would you encourage, people, younger people like yourself, older people like yourself, who are trying to achieve something, and they have been through the health needs and issues, the abuse needs and issues, the loss, and all of that. What would you say to encourage a younger Kat?
Don't give up. It's going to be hard, and there's going to be a hell of a lot of no's, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to shove doors in your faces. But essentially, you just have to keep going. If you want something in life, you don't give up until you get it. And
absolutely,
I wish I could go back 10 years and tell my younger self that actually great things were to come. But you know what? I wouldn't change a thing, because everything that I've been through has made me who I am. So as much as I would love to just be a fly on the wall and just, sit her down and just have a chat with her and say, it's going to be okay. But yeah, I think it's a journey. It's not a race, and I'm not there yet, guys. I've got much more to give, and I might not achieve what I want to in this year, because don't get me wrong, it has been hard. I would love my story to be heard on a global scale in the hopes of inspiring other people, but it seems as though the press and the media just don't have an appetite for sharing this story, and I don't really get it, if I'm honest. I think it's a little sad, and it kind of makes me feel it's veiled in racism, but I my voice isn't loud enough, and I can't get anyone to listen. And all I want to do is just show that we're capable too, we're worthy too.
Absolutely.
And I've had some really good successes. I've had, we were able to take our story to the BBC, and we had a little bit of success in that regard. But it seems as though if I were white, or if I were thin, my story would have been in the press the next day. But because I'm not, I don't get it. I don't get those opportunities. So it is a journey. It's going to take some time.
To be honest, Kat, we'll let the haters do what they do. Let them hate. But us here, we are celebrating you.
We're cheerleaders.
And we're cheering you on. And we want to see what's next coming for Kat. So, whatever influence we've got, we will certainly be sharing your story and, you know, just celebrating what you've done. So from your experience, what would your advice be for young people who are starting out in the beauty and modeling industry, or even older people? What would your advice be to them?
If you're going into the modeling industry, the most important thing is to do it for the right reasons. If you're doing it for fame and success, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. If you're modeling because you think you're good at it and you have a desire to model clothing, then yes, you're doing it for the right reasons. But in this influencer world, we've kind of given people the tools to think that anyone can be a model, and it's a lot harder than it looks. It's quite full on. It's a lot of days of doing a lot of work with not a lot of pay, not a lot of food, not a lot of breaks, and you're on your feet all day. So it's quite a demanding job. My biggest piece of advice is to do your research before you commit to any agency. Make sure that you have researched the brand that you're looking into collaborating with. Make sure that you get a decent portfolio of work in your armor before you apply to any agency. So go and have photos taken with professional photographers and get a diverse portfolio of work so you can show what you're capable of, and then present that to agencies. But there's always going to be an agency that wants you. Like, there's a lot of scope for alternative models, for plus size models, for older ladies, older men too. You know, there are opportunities out there. You just need to have a look around and be resilient. There's going to be a lot of no's. In terms of pageantry, dive in. You know, I'm always a firm believer in, if you've never tried a pageant, don't knock it until you've tried it. If you've never seen one up real close in person, you haven't got a voice until you've seen it. You know, like, you have to actually experience it. And it's one of those things that actually everybody who's taken part in a pageant will come out the other side and say, I feel so much more confident for doing that, because they've stepped up on stage in front of, you know, lots of people, and they've stepped outside of their own comfort zones. Like, a lot of pageants actually still do swimwear, which is where you actually get up on stage wearing not a lot of clothing, and you have to do that with a level of confidence. If you're not confident in your body, you're not going to walk with the poise and elegance of a beauty queen. You have to have that confidence, and it has to start within. So it's actually one of my favorite rounds. It's one of the rounds that you walk on stage and you can't hide behind anything. This is who I am. I've got jiggly bits, and my thighs jiggle and my boobs jiggle, but I'm a woman. I'm a mother.
You're a real person. Exactly.
I am.
They're real. And they're yours.
They're real. They're mine. I'm proud, and I'm 110% confident in the body that I'm in. That's where you have. But just try it. If you're thinking about doing it, hit me up. I will give you all the advice you need, and then we'll find you a system that works for you.
Well, you said older men there. I like that bit. You said the swimwear bit. I wasn't so sure about that bit, but hey.
But Colin, you get the confidence.
You get the confidence.
But I tell you what, though, sorry?
Men don't do swimwear, they do fitness. So you would be in a pair of shorts, you'd be confidently walking, you know, flexing a couple muscles here and there.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah. You would.
Can we just ask a huge favor? With our entrepreneurs that have a product, we go to an unboxing section, and we get to unveil their products. So could we ask you to, you know, talking about fashion and wearing and what you're confidently wearing, could we see the crown?
The crown.
The crown.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Wow. Look at that. Beautiful.
That
she gives
is
me a dent
fantastic.
in the head. So where she sits,
very, very well done.
My goodness me, look at that. All rise for Miss Great Britain.
Miss Great Britain 2021 to 22.
Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Oh my goodness me. And you know what? I think that's the thing, Kat. It is, you rise, we rise.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, as people of color, we share the success.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
You know,
There's two things. there's two things that have happened for me, which I'm sure would have happened for our viewers as well. I think hearing about pageantry before meeting you, we had a misconception of what it was, and also, you know, it's something for everybody. And also, we didn't necessarily think that it was for us, as in people of color. So I'm so excited that you have basically smashed two misconceptions in one today. So it's been absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry?
It isn't just me. It's not just me. There are women of color all over the world who have been appointed in high-level pageants. So like Miss Universe, Miss World, you know, Miss Great Britain, obviously Miss England. There's been so many. Miss Galaxy at the moment is also a woman of color. Mrs. Galaxy. There's just this weekend we've had 4 Black queens crowned in Young European International Miss. We're taking over, and it's and I don't mean that in a, you know, like we're taking over the world. I mean like we're taking over representation for something that has been too one-sided for too long. It's a multicultural world. We need to show the diversity in that, and I'm just glad that I'm part of that evolution. I'm proud to be part of it. I know I'm a pioneer. I'm happy to be a pioneer, but I know that there are a lot of other women who are also doing it too. So just a huge shout out to all of you guys. We're all fighting.
Man, bringing some balance. We love it.
A huge shout out to all the beauty queens, but especially the beauty queens of color. We're proud of you. And well done very much, Kat, for blazing a trail. So, hey, well done. Now, Kat, we're going to run into our, this is what we call our rapid fire. So we're going to put you under a bit of pressure, and we're going to ask you some rapid fire questions, and you can't think too hard. You just got to answer as it comes. All right?
Yeah. I think that she can handle this.
I'm sure you can. If you can handle pageantry, you can handle this.
Right, here we go.
So first question, jollof
or rice and peas?
Rice and peas. Sorry.
Okay. Plantain.
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 Beach holiday.
Or city break?
Beach, always.
Okay. This might be an easy one for you, I think. Zumba or swimming?
Zumba in the pool.
Okay. Great answer.
So you thought,
great answer.
Right,
Netflix
or YouTube?
YouTube.
Don't think too hard.
YouTube.
Okay. Reggae
or Afrobeats?
No, guys, this is not fair. You're not being fair.
Choose one.
No, I can't. I refuse. I like them both.
So reggae and Afrobeats doing Zumba in the pool.
Yes.
Okay. Listening to music or listening to a podcast?
Music, always.
Okay.
Uber Eats
or Deliveroo?
Uber Eats. Who uses Deliveroo? Oh no.
Ooh, this is a big one.
Okay.
A 10-hour car ride
or a 10-hour plane journey?
Plane. We're going somewhere else.
Okay.
It's too close to home.
Okay, another big one. Samsung.
Ooh, or Apple?
Samsung. I hate Apple.
Good.
Right, okay, we're balancing.
Night in
or night out?
Night out.
Okay. And this is another big one. Wars have been fought over this.
His wars.
Yeah.
His wars.
You know, civilizations have been rocked by this.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oxtail
or curry goat?
Curry goat. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oxtail has been winning. And thank you, Kat. Thank you, Kat. The previous people, I love them. I love their products. But we love curry goat. That's good. That's good.
I noticed there was no hesitation there.
There we go.
Fantastic.
There we go.
Listen, Kat, it's... Say again?
I'm not a fan of oxtail.
What?
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's okay. Go with what you know. It's good.
Because you're such a lovely, beautiful person, we'll let you off just this once. Listen, Kat, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you, chatting with you, and getting to know you. Very, very well done on winning Miss Great Britain 2021-22. We just know there'll be some great things that you go on to do. So the very, very best wishes from Pitch Black. We will always be here supporting you and cheering you on. And we look forward to seeing the story as it develops. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Pleasure's ours.